Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Plans are advancing to enhance parts of Castries through the OACS Regional Tourism Competitiveness Project. The project, funded by the World Bank, seeks to enhance the competitiveness of tourism in the region by facilitating the movement of tourists between the participating countries using ferries, improving selected tourism sites, and by strengthening the capacity for regional tourism market development. St. Lucia's government has prioritized the Castries City tourism product with targeted investment sites and activities aimed at making downtown Castries more pleasant and attractive to tourists and residents. These include enhancing sidewalks at the William Peter Boulevard and the upgrade of the Castries Central Market. Also forming part of the OACS Regional Tourism Competitiveness Project is a facade improvement program for existing small businesses. Facade improvements are a means of enhancing the economic viability of these businesses, as well as improving the aesthetic image and the attractiveness of the broader Castries Central Business District. Some US $15 million has been earmarked for St. Lucia under the project. In other news, Minister for Local Government Leonard Montoute has made a call for change when it comes to local government elections and property taxes. More in this report.
This exercise is meant to empower you and to put you in a better position to carry out your mandate as local government.
As part of continuing efforts to strengthen the local government system in St. Lucia, the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice, Local Government and Empowerment hosted a 3-day retreat for local government members of parliament, mayors and chairpersons. The retreat was held at the Bay Gardens Hotel and will run from August 6 to August 8, 2019. One major undertaking of the consultation is legislative review of St. Lucia's local authority system, and to ensure that legislation is responsive to current issues. Minister for Equity, Social Justice, Local Government and Empowerment, Honorable Leonard Montoute, stated that his goal is to empower local government by creating a more effective and efficient local authority system.
Well, certainly we want to empower the local government councils to a much greater extent. That will entail providing more resources. That will entail some legislative changes, as you indicated. And some of the changes would include, for example, when it comes to property tax collection and the administration of property taxes, that they would preside over the collection of property taxes. And while most of the revenue would be remitted to central government through the Inland Revenue Department, a percentage of it would be retained by the local government entity. If the local government entity is responsible for collection, I think there will be greater compliance, more revenue will be collected, more revenue will be generated for the Inland Revenue Department. And while I'm not advocating for dismantling accountability, I'm saying that we can, dismantle some of the bureaucratic processes that will make for greater efficiency.
Minister Montoute also emphasized the need for local government elections to be introduced in St. Lucia.
Since 1979, we terminated local government elections. Very often, people complain about the dearth of leadership in this country. Well, if you have no nurturing, no breeding ground for leaders, do not expect that leaders will come from the blue. I believe through local government, we can harness the talents and nurture the potential of would-be leaders.
The long-awaited Consumer Protection Act will soon be in full effect, so says the Department of Consumer Affairs. Legal expertise has been sought to ensure fine-tuning of the current consumer protection draft. The National Consumers Association is eagerly awaiting the enactment and implementation of the Act to safeguard consumers. More in this report.
The Consumer Affairs Department is a step closer in the advancement of consumer protection in St. Lucia. Legal officer at the Ministry of Commerce, Dylan Norbert Inglis, revealed that the Consumer Protection Act, passed in 2016, will soon have a commencement date.
It is now awaiting a commencement date, which has not yet been given, as a number of issues have been noted in the current draft. These issues are currently being discussed with the Attorney General's drafting unit, and we are working assiduously to remedy some of these issues. It is believed that within short order we should have the amendments ready for the Act so that the amendments can be passed and a commencement date be given.
Once that start date is given, consumers can be assured of a greater level of protection.
The question when you go to the stores, they tell you there's no refund and no exchange, and if we change it for you now, if it happens a second time, we're going to do it for you again. This is going to be something of the past.
The National Consumers Association has long advocated for the enactment of consumer protection legislation.
I think the NCA over the years, over the past 12 plus years, has waited patiently with a little bit of anxiety to see this Consumer Protection Act is passed. I think it will bring a sense of relief to the St. Lucian public, the consumers, to ensure that when they purchase anything from the private sector, from anywhere, there has a mechanism where they can use to that if they have any dissatisfaction of the service that is given to them, they have a place of redress.
Complaints and Investigation Unit right here at the Consumer Affairs Department is tasked with the responsibility of redressing consumer issues. The process is simple. If you, the consumer, has tried to resolve the matter with the business place and it has not been resolved, then you could come into Consumer Affairs, fill out a form giving a statement of fact, and thereafter, the CAD will intervene on your behalf to settle the matter with the business place. From the Ministry of Commerce, International Trade, Investment, Enterprise Development and Consumer Affairs, I am Marvin St. Louis reporting.
First National Bank is taking mobile banking to a whole new level with the latest update to its mobile banking app. The technological advancements and visual changes to the app's user interface promises users an experience that epitomizes the definition of smart banking. In the year 2009, First National Bank launched an initiative that changed the banking industry in St. Lucia. MoBanking was the first mobile app created to place convenient local banking right at the fingertips of every St. Lucian with a smartphone. Today, the app has received a gigantic upgrade, providing users with a new look and features that were unimaginable 5 years ago.
We've been listening to our customers, and of course we've been, looking at the market. There's so much technology out there, new technology, and so we have decided to take that bold step, that initiative, to upgrade this mobile application for the benefit of our customers. The app is beautiful. We used our in-house photographer, our staff photographer, to actually lay out those images of the pitons and our parrot, the Amazona versicolor, because we are indigenous and we want to keep that theme. We want to keep it real, and we want people to identify with us as a local bank.
According to Favre, the app's user interface has been visually upgraded to include scenic photos of St. Lucia's indigenous landscape. The app also received a major upgrade in the features department, giving customers a plethora of convenient options, including the ability to report a lost card, ATM and branch locator, password reset button, transaction alerts, and Touch ID, among others.
One of the new features is the Touch ID. So no longer do you have to remember what your login and password is. Once your phone has a feature enabled, you could actually just use your thumbprint on the phone, and it will unlock to all your information on your account. We also have the new secure messaging, where you could actually message the different areas who deal with the app, whether it be for card services or for back office. If you have any issues, you could actually message them right from the app.
According to First National Bank officials, the app's new update is expected to put First National Bank ahead of its competitors in the St. Lucian market and is currently accessible via the Google Play and iOS app stores. You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. Tennyson Glasgow is up next with the sports news.